Hi, everybody, and welcome to the show. I know you'll still be coming in here, but the announcement should be going out for you. It's wonderful to have you with me. And I'm going to talk about a very short topic today, a couple of short topics, and then I'll dig into your questions. All right. So I haven't been on for a couple of weeks because I hadn't felt well. And so this week, Teri Suzuki decided, and as well she should, that she was going to take a little respite with her husband. And I'm happy for her. I know what that feels like. So I decided to just come on by myself. Hi, Amanda. And yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with coming on by myself. So that's what I'm here for. Hello, Play. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Denise. It's great to see you guys. So yes, I'm here doing a solo speaking to spirit today. Hi, Linda. And I hope everybody's okay. I dropped something. I'll be right back. Every time I do that, I think people are, where did she go? Hi, Jackie. Hi, Sonia. Yeah, absolutely, Denise. Absolutely. Hello, Edward. Nice to see you too. Yeah. Hi. Um, so yeah, I had set this up, and then Teri told me she was going away, and I said, you go, girl. She works really hard doing her shows and her readings and her stuff like that. So, and I could have asked somebody else. I just decided I wanted to do it by myself. But I will be on at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 Eastern with Colleen the Cool Crone on this channel. So you're welcome to come back. And we're going to be talking about Renaissance festivals and past lives. And it should be interesting. Colleen and I both love Renaissance festivals. So, yeah. Hi, Anya. Hi, Carolyn. Oh, poor hill country of Texas is having more storms. Oh, my. And I know it isn't necessarily as, probably for some people, as sad to see how the animals have suffered. But I remember seeing a cow and a deer trying to navigate through the floodwaters. And people have been rescuing the dogs that were left behind and the cats, I'm sure. Some of these animals were, I guess one RV or mobile home had 7 dogs and a cat in there. And they were able to go in and save the animals. They're probably in some kind of humane situation where they're being fed and taken care of. So we have to think about not only the human loss, but the animal loss, the trauma of everybody. And now if they're worried, if they're going to get more water coming in, I didn't realize that they were the people that are in Texas were cloud seeding, which means they were creating rain through some means. And I'm not a scientist. That didn't help things in a place where there's already a propensity for flooding. Anyway, all loss of life is sad. You're absolutely right. Yes, it's very sad. That's true. Anyway, so I wanted to talk a little bit this morning about 2 things. One is the Mercury retrograde, and the other is really interesting because Barb had left a question right at the beginning about her guides. So I want to talk about our guides and how we might be able to call upon them, our guides and angels, to take care of things. Yeah. In Texas, the snakes are looking for high ground. Everything gets displaced is what happens, and that makes sense. Anyway, I'm really, I want to I would love to put my love and energy out um, to all those in Texas that are still suffering, and I'm including those who don't have very adequate air conditioning. Linda Bishop, so yeah, it's when I lived there, I felt like I actually lived in an earthly hell for lots of reasons, but mostly the amount of heat that is continuous and sticky, and yeah, it's really hard. Good morning, Debbie, and good morning, Mary. Nice to see you, or afternoon, depending on where you are. Hi, Kim. Hi, Lauren. Oh, yes, Lauren. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, there's, I love the hill country. I really love the hill country. My daughter went to Texas, Southwest Texas State, which is now something else, maybe, and it's in San Marcos. I know that Medium Kim lives in that particular area, and I know Lauren's there, Linda Bishop's there. We have a lot of people. Rose Blue is there. There are probably a lot more of you that are there. Hi, Teri. And it's just gorgeous there. There's a beautiful place that's called, oh God, now I'm going to forget what it is. It's this little town. You can go in all these little shops, and outside of it is a state park with this big round, lots of hiking places, and the Texas bluebonnets are absolutely gorgeous. That's right, Lauren. Nancy Jean. Yes, thank you. Yep. Yeah, the heat is and humidity are intolerable. Oh, so you're there, Carolyn. Okay. Yeah. You're working on your escape plan. I love it. I know some things do get stuck in molasses, but once it breaks through, you're out of there. So, yeah, it is a humid hill. Well, it is where you are too, Kim, isn't it? In Georgia? Yeah. You guys are brave, honestly. Fredericksburg, thank you, Carolyn. It's one of my favorite places in Texas. I just love Fredericksburg, Texas. Yes. It's it's wonderful. It's gorgeous. It's yeah. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being my memory when it goes. Anyway, yes, Mercury's retrograde. Oh, that's your mother's birthday. Well, happy birthday to your mother, Kim. 7/18 till, but we're in the shadow. We're building up to it. And I'm sure it's like August. I'm going to just take a guess. Is it August 9th or 10th? Usually it's a good 3 weeks that we're in retrograde. So, but the build up to it and the exiting out of it can be just as troublesome. So we are sitting right now in 5 days out of there. So we're feeling the effects, even if it's just a little bit. And I just want you to know how to mitigate some of that. It's very important. First of all, don't buy any electric. Thank you, Kim. The 11th. All right. Don't buy anything electrical unless you are rebuying it. You're repairing it. Everything is with a re. You can renew, go to a reunion. You can reply. You can reignite. You can relax, as Amanda says. Oh, mountaintop, Round Top, Texas. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It really is. What did Amanda say back here? Relax for me today. Simple tasks. It's going to be 90 here, I believe. So yeah, we have to take it slow. Even though our 90 is nothing like somebody else's 90. But yeah. Anyway, who else? Replace. Thank you. Yes, replace. I know. Anything with an RE in front of it. Repair. I remember when I was signing my mortgage papers, and I had done a refinance, and I went in and I said, I can't sign any legal documents. And my husband said, yeah, you can. We're refinancing. So if you've got that going on, that's all right too. But Be careful. Communications are tough. If somebody comes across like they're snipping at you, or they didn't say something that you feel is sounded too well, just remember communications have problems, including the internet, including your cell phone, and with the solar storms and other things, you might find this to be true. Then there is the thing about not buying anything electrical, or really anything that would need to be, I guess, hooked up to a grid of some sort. The reason is you may have to return it. So, everything, just be aware, and understand, I'm not saying you have to live in fear for 30 days, but you need to understand that these types of things might happen. Hello, Garnet, and hoy, hoy, hoy to you. For years, you try to have a replacement of your most used items. There you go. Canon is supposed to be on fire. White Sage Place. I don't know if I understand that, but thank you, Garnet. Release. Thanks, Tea Garden Chicken. Yeah. All right. So that was the first thing I wanted to talk about. And you're going to hear a lot of noise in a few minutes because my husband took my 3 dogs for their vaccinations. And when they come in, they like to make a lot of noise. Sorry about the banner. That's not true. Your questions are not closed. All right. There. I'm going to try to do as many as I can. All right. The next thing I want to talk about is guides. Our guides. A lot of us want to know their name. A lot of us want to know how many we have, who they are, how they work. The funny thing is that our guides don't really care about their name. They say, that's what you like. That's what you want. And so make it up. If somebody comes through and they don't say their name is Joe, then if you want it to be Joe, then that's their name. It's whatever you believe is what they are, because they're not attached to anything down here that way. Okay. So that's important. Okay, Vicki, I'll put you on the list. So, thinking about that, we also have personal angels and guides. We have personal angels that can help us do anything. But guess what? They don't interfere unless we ask. So how about you're in a situation where, well, this is a real good example, and I've brought it up before, is I need my angels and guides to help me find the closest parking spot to the store that I can before I leave. Okay. Now, what if you don't get it? Are you going to give up and say, well, that didn't work? No, you can't. You got to build on these asks. But most of the time you will be just in the nick of time here, treated to a spot that you want. Oh, the Capricorn angel is Sandalphon. Thank you, Garnet. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. You're absolutely right. And I know you're a Capricorn. Oh, Kim, yes. Actually, Mercury retrogrades, really, you can do well under them if you were born under them. If you know you were born under one, it's a little bit of, it's either easier, yes, or even better. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's that. Barb asks the question, and I'm not sure she's here, but she asked this particular question about specific guides she can call to request for help. And I want to say yes, 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 and yes. Okay. All of those things. So in Barb's case, she's getting ready to teach at a brand new school, but she's going to be doing that in a situation where she has a lot of material already. And I say reuse, because it will be in that Mercury retrograde. Reuse the material. Oh, my husband brought me coffee. Thank you, sir. Thank you, hon. All right. Where's Caramel?
She's in there.
Okay. So that is a really awesome thing to ask for. Susan Lynn, many, many moons ago, used to say, if you have a problem with your computer, Ask for your computer guides. Ask for your computer angels to come in and help you solve it. Then we have, a situation where you want to sell your house, or you want to find a house, or whatever. If you're trying to sell a house, you can always bury St. Joseph in the front yard, a statue of him. It doesn't have to be, it's not like it's this big. It's like it's this big, but they are sort of a guide as well that's a universal thing. So everybody know that you have the power to call in these guides. And so, Barbara, they're telling you, don't, this is your first time there, and you can add or subtract anything that you already have used if you want to, but use what you already have. And that's me talking through them, but you have a more direct line. And so when you're going through your stuff, you might say, I might save this, or I like this. I want to expand upon this. I want my classroom to look like this, whatever it is that you're doing, because Barb teaches first grade, I think it is. So anything that makes you happy will make the children very happy, because they're at the age where they're not going to say, well, that's a stupid thing. At least most of them won't. So I would say all of us need to know that we can say, guides, I need your help. I need some clarity. I need some understanding. I need you to point me in the right direction. And that's the same for angels. And the best way to ask any archangel is to call their names out loud. Always. Michael's right there. So is Raphael. I had a situation where Keith was going through a really, really hard time. And he was in bed and he had a lot of anxiety. And I went right in and put myself around him. And I said, Archangel Raphael, I need your help right now. Boom. He started to calm down. Raphael stayed with it. It was amazing. It proved to me, not that I needed proof, but maybe more to him, that he just needs to call on these things when we're in need. That's all right, Barb. Hopefully you're hearing this, that your guides are saying you're preparing in the midst of a Mercury retrograde, reuse, reminder, reinvigorate, whatever it is that you want to do, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel unless you want to. And so, you go into school in the morning and before you get out of your car in the parking lot, you can say, guides and angels, protect me today. Put a pink bubble around me, and may everything that I say and do align with my sole purpose and the sole purpose of everyone in the classroom. And may we have equity, harmony, and beauty, balance, that kind of thing. You can even write it down, Barb. Stick it in your thing, your flap, and read it every morning before you go in. It's very important. But I think there are all kinds of guides. We can all ask for help. Yeah, it is absolutely, Lauren. Even those of us who feel more maybe connected, we've been doing this a long time. We all need the reassurance. We really do. It might be part of our ego thing, that we would like to see some kind of something to see that we're on the right track. Remember, you're always on the right track. If it doesn't feel good, then you're not. But you are if it does. Think of it that way. This feels really good. And if it doesn't feel good, guides and angels, come and protect me and allow that which is necessary to come through for me to understand where I need to be. But trust them. And you don't need to know their names. The only thing that helps is the archangels. That's helpful, and what they do. But you could say, archangels, all of you, please. I'm sorry, I don't have your name in my mind right now. Come on in and help me out. Hi, Jazz. How are you? All right. Welcome, everyone. And thanks, Lauren. A baby grasshopper scurrying on your shoulder? Oh, that's adorable. He's teething tiny and green. That's a great idea, Denise. I love that. Oh, he's teeny tiny. You don't know if he's teething because his teeth are so small you'd never know. I love this. Yes. Validation videos to make you feel like you're on the right path. They're always wonderful, aren't they? Yeah, they really are. Yeah. All righty. Hi, Marby. Hi, Old Silver. Yeah. So, everybody, I hadn't been on for a long time. And I talked to Teri Suzuki. She's away with her husband this weekend. And I say, hooray for her. So I just decided to come on in myself. I don't have any reason not to. So, Amanda, you lost your phone at work? I told the girls after finding it on the toilet paper holder, 4th floor bathroom, that the angels helped me. I can see me doing that. You know, the toilet roll here has usually sometimes a metal thing right above it that's flat. And I've put my phone there before because I'm busy. I got to do what I got to do, right? I can't be holding my phone and doing my thing. And that was perfect. I'm so glad they helped you, honey. And I can see where was I? I was in the back room. I don't go in there. And I was looking through my closet and I put my phone down. And that's very dangerous for me to do. And the good thing is I said, where did I leave my phone this time? And I thought, oh, I was in the back room. That's where I left it. But it isn't always. Yeah. Oh, well, it's nice to be a good brunch. Thank you so very much. Yeah. Ask the angels to help you find things, Vicki. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, Barb, I hope that helps you. And of course, you always have the free will to do whatever it is that you want to do. Don't sweat the small stuff. P.S. It's all small stuff. I remember that book. It was out, I think, in the 70s or the 80s. I don't know, but it was smart. It was like, don't sweat the small stuff. It's not a problem. You know, there are bigger fish to fry. So, all right. So for you, Vicki, it's still about your spiritual channel. It says, honey, you have the oracle's gift. And so yesterday when we were doing the members meeting, we were talking a little bit about the imposter syndrome, where we feel like everybody's better than us. Who do we think we are? Why do we think we're able to do this? And that's for anything. It isn't just spiritual. It could be, why am I a professor? I'm not professor material. I went through that in the beginning. I don't feel that way anymore. But why am I being asked this particular question? I'm not a construction person, whatever. So you've got the oracle's gift. And in this it's beautiful. It's like the tea in your teacup is a pyramid. So what that means, of course, is that you have stability and ability. The second one is you also feel the world. You have that, like many of us do, empathy for others and kindness and the importance of such. And also, there is nobody, we live on the planet Earth. We're not simply American, Canadian, British, Sardinian, whatever. We are the world. And remember that song from 1985. It's been all those years, 40 years since Live Aid and We Are the World. Let's remember we are the world. The last one I get for you is you're the one and who needs the willing release. And remember when dandelions grow, they're yellow and then all of a sudden they turn to these white things, and when you blow them, they scatter. Unfortunately, I think they also plant those little seeds. So next time we get more dandelions, but I'm not sure. Anyway, it's your willing release. Let the butterfly sit on your shoulder and tell you when the time is right. It will be right for you, and it has to be right for you. So, thank you, Vicki. All right. Hi, Rossi. I'm getting back here to where I was. Let's see. You always ask your guides to find stuff old silver. Well, you're so smart. You ask Michael to help you remember where you put it. Michael's pretty good at that. Rossi, I'm going to read yours in a minute. Yeah, do you remember that, Play Love? Yeah, yeah. You are an empath and a Cancer moon. Well, and I got the Pisces moon, so both of us are a mess when it comes to that. All right, Amanda. Okay, I'll put that on there. Puffballs are dandelion seeds. Yes, they are. I'm going to answer this before I go to the next question. Are you and Keith taking a more northern route to visit his family? Read a book called Driving the Blue Highways. You know, we're leaving here and we're going to go from here to Spokane and then into Missoula, Montana, into North Dakota, which is the only state in the contiguous 48 that I've never been to. I've been to every other state. So then we'll go into Minnesota, and then we'll head down and head toward South Carolina, probably through Tennessee that way. And when we go back, I have about 10 days. So I'm going to try very desperately to, go like up. I want to see Teri Renner. So I'm going to probably go into Missouri and then go across and go into Colorado. And in that, I love Utah. He's never been to Zion or Bryce Canyon. So that's a possibility as well. I'd like to not have to go through any or very many red states, to be honest with you. Yeah. I bought these shirts and I'm proud to wear them, but not in a red state because I might be shot by somebody. Hi, Artist Liz. Sure, I'll put it on there. Yep. All right. Jazz, gotcha. Hi, Paul Freed. The cabin was haunted? Hearing kicking at the door? Oh, I can't wait to hear about it. Yeah. Oh, yes, Tennessee. Tennessee is beautiful. I've been there. And my nephew actually lives in Knoxville. And but we don't really talk. So we probably won't see them. Thanks, Amanda. Yeah. No need to inflame the ignorant. That's true. Or put myself in mortal danger just to say that I was living my truth, right? No, anyway. All right. So I think Carolyn Cooper was next. A few years ago, a total stranger approached me and told me I walked in the grace of an ancient soul. I've been thinking about her and that conversation for a while. Any significance? Yeah, it was a soul recognition. Are you sure it was a real person? Because sometimes they come to us, angels unaware. Carolyn Mace talks about being in a mall and walking down a corridor in this mall. Carolyn Mace is a spiritual teacher, if you don't know, MYSS. She says she turned a corner and there's a woman standing there. And the woman said, there you are, I have a message for you. And she looked like a regular person standing there. And Carolyn said, okay. So she told her whatever the message was, some kind of a spiritual message. And Carolyn said, thank you. And the woman said, thank you. And she walked away, heading in the direction of, back sort of into the mall. And Carolyn turned around in a split second and she wasn't there anymore. So sometimes I think they come in and that is a very significant message for you. And it was to reignite your, I don't know, maybe you weren't thinking about your spirituality. Maybe you were, but they were validating that for you. And it could have been an angel. It could have been a guide. It could have been anything because they can present and they don't have to be all, smoky looking and stuff. They can look just like regular people. And I absolutely love that message they gave. Let me see what else I can tell you. Oh my God. So I shuffled and I got the same thing I got for Vicky. You are the oracle's gift. See, everybody's finding that they had to live their life. I think this is why the spiritual pursuit sometimes happens to us or reinvigorates us after a certain age, because we have less baggage that we have to carry around, like less children we have to take care of, or job we need to career we have to fight for, or whatever it is. We have more time now, or we feel like we'd like to take the time now. Let's see what else. Oh, yes. That was a burst of magic for you. Yeah, that's very, look at the lotus. Oh my God. And can you see this is a woman? I don't know if this stranger was a woman or a man, and it doesn't really matter. But it's like out of the lotus grew this person who had this message for you. Wow, that's pretty cool. You're a guardian. You are a guardian of your world and your knowledge. And this is a recognition that being an old soul, being recognized as an old soul, tries to, is something that's not just your belief, but it's the belief of others. They can see it in your eyes. They can see it in the way that you walk. Yeah. Walking is in grace. That's just beautiful. That's beautiful. I love that. Thank you, Carolyn. Oh God, wall drug. I love wall drug. You got the card yesterday. Yes, you did. Oh, they've knocked on your front door for years. Play. That's so funny. Yeah, we have released a lot. And I just ordered a shirt. It won't be here on time, but it says I am enough on the front. And in the back, it says, hello, person standing behind me. I hope you have a beautiful day. And it's kind of, it continues in that vein. Remember how much you're loved or appreciated or whatever. It's like a gift that keeps on giving. So I love the Love Win shirt too, Amanda. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Marby, I found you. All righty. Yeah. Oh, saving big cats. Yes. That's a great thing. Yeah. All right. All right, Denise, I'll certainly bring up that for you. All right. Play. I love 321 blast off as a message for from your spirit guide, Thomas. He's saying you're ready. He's saying that you're ready to go. And as a kid, we used to say that 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you remember Keds sneakers. They were supposed to let you fly. Keds flyers or something like that. And we used to always say as kids, all right, ready? 1, 2, 3, blast off. So you've got everything that you need to do what you need to do. And the time is ticking, and get ready and go. Just don't wait any longer. Get going, move out. All right. That seems right. Everything is in perfect harmony. You don't have to worry that there's discordant notes or souls, because everything's lined up for you, Play. Everything is there. And they're saying it is what it is. And so we go from where we are right now, knowing that we don't know everything and that everything can unfold in divine timing, but using what we do know already in order to build upon that in order for us to grow. So I love that. They're asking you to speak, and look at the white wolf. Yeah, it's your turn to speak, they're saying. And there's a lot of ways you can do that. Maybe they want you to do channeling or light language as well. That's a possibility, but they don't want you to sit back anymore. It's time to go, Thomas says. Time to go. Yeah. Does that resonate? Yeah. Hi, Barbara. Nice to see you. PF flyers. That's right. PF flyers. Those are the ones I was thinking of. Thank you. The old memory isn't what it used to be. Oh, God. Yes. PF players. Ready, set, go. Yeah. My kids were used to me asking, do you hear someone knocking? No. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. All right. Going along with what we talked about with regard to Carolyn and seeing the guide, you had something similar happen at a California truck stop. A Native American came up to me, handed me a bird's wing, asked if I was Native. I said no. He said, Spirit said for him to give me the wing. And the reason they asked you is because if it's an eagle's wing, you're nobody, you can have one if you're Native American, but you can't if you're not. It has to do with their and of course they make prayer fans out of that help you with, if you're not familiar with smudging, and well, I know you are, but if anybody isn't familiar with smudging, I just have a feather, but you can, if you had a whole bird's wing, um, it would be more like a it would be closer to help you smudge. They use it to take the smoke and give you a clearing. So I think that he trusted you. Apparently, he definitely trusted you, and there was soul recognition. I really do believe that. I believe that that's a soul recognition. He said it doesn't matter if you're Native or not. Yeah. Yep. Wow. He said, this one is the unknown, and it's like you do stand on the edge of the unknown. I know you've been a truck driver. You stand on the edge of the unknown. And you've leapt in full body by opening your channel and doing the things that you do. So, thank you, Denise. How does romantic love look for you? Several recent readings indicate a soulmate coming. I did not ask for this question. Oh. Mm-hmm. I think we need to be open to the idea that if a soulmate is there for us or for us to meet, that we are open to it and not immediately either blocking it or saying, well, that person's not my type, or that person isn't who I usually go for. But I know that that's not you anyway, Kim. That's probably not a worry with you. Let's see if we can figure out here what's going on. So when I met Keith, I met him in a chat room on the internet, and it wasn't a chat room for lovers or any of that stuff or for dating. It was something totally different. I wasn't looking for him. He wasn't looking for me. In fact, he wasn't doing anything. He was writing a book, and there it came. So sometimes I think we have to be open to the possibility that this is just going to kind of fall out of the sky, because it certainly did for me. But they're saying here, be careful not to ignore reality in favor of your romanticized version of love, or you may have a tough time in the dating world. So yeah, while we all really love romance, the red rose, the glass of champagne, whatever, we have to also couch the idea that we aren't 22. We aren't looking for someone to fulfill our own needs, because we fulfill our own needs. And so there's some of that going on. They're saying, make sure that you believe. And look, it's a heart. I don't know if it goes this way. Yeah, it's a heart they're making there. Believe in the possibility, because there's a whole bunch of possibility out there. And if you go this way, then it could go to this possibility. If you go this way, it depends on the road you take. And sometimes it's very circuitous, and so you end up right where you started. But sometimes that's okay too, because you can find someone that lives a mile down the road that you bump into at the grocery store. So it doesn't have to be, some sort of mystery man from the ethers. It says, always be the student. It's a good time to learn a new skill or try something new. I see you doing that. You're, as I indicated yesterday in a reading, you are the Gaia. You protect Gaia. You protect the animals in Gaia. They love you. I do see here that you have a king coming in, or they're available, let's say, at some point. But this king looks a little bit gluttonous, even though he is only eating fruit. So the fruits of his labor may not be a bad thing. I see that he is older, maybe even some white in his hair. And it says here, you're in the right place to find it. Yeah. I think it's a possibility, Kim. I do. As long as you're not seeking specificity, like, I want to meet this person today or tomorrow, or, you might want to have a list, though. I know that sounds pretty weird, but I remember somebody saying, what kind of a man would you like to have in your life, or whatever, and make a list of what you want. You know what? I can't do that, because everybody's an individual. So I have to go by the vibration as well. So very nice. It served its purpose. All right, let's see. Wings can represent protection. That's very true. You have an owl feather. Good. I'm reading comments that I wasn't able to see when I was doing my reading. You had a beautiful handmade dream catcher. Oh, that's lovely. They're bugging you to start a channel. Well, then you probably should play. That's what they're saying. Let's see. You're from a musical family. Ooh. It took you 44 years to find Lee. You had one wonderful year. Sorry, Linda. They say that some days, some lifetimes, everything is crammed into that 1 year. And you did have it. But it's harder once you have it, it's hard to let it go. Very hard. Very hard. All right, LP. Let's see. All right. A lot of repressed emotions. Okay, I'll put you on the list, hon. LP. All right. Rossi says Archangel Shamul is an angelic helper for finding what's missing or lost, whether physical or spiritual direction. Wonderful. Everybody that really wants that, Archangel Shamul. Ask for Archangel Shamul to come in and help you find that barrette you wore 4 years ago in your hair. Or what direction? Am I going in the right direction? You usually get an answer. Now, remember, there are symbolic answers, there's dream answers, there's musical answers. You turn the radio on and a song is singing to you. Yeah. It's like that one song that I really love from the 80s. I love so many. Ooh, baby, I know what it's worth. Heaven is a place on earth. I love that one. All right. Very nice. Amanda Carroll. All right. Amanda, is Dante coming to see you this summer? I hope so. Or is he like really far away? Is he in India or is he in Mexico? I get it, Linda Bishop. Anything happens to Keith, I'm really not interested. Of course, he's my fourth husband, so how many times do you need? Belinda Carlisle, that's it. Yes, LP. Thank you. All right, Amanda, let's see what we got for you today. Divine Love Team. I love your Divine Love Team. Ooh. Old R&B songs. Barry White. Love Barry White. And what's not Lionel Richie, but Here and Now, Light. I promise to love faithfully. Yeah. I think he's passed too, though. All right. You, my friend, have looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I don't need to be anything more than what I want to be at this point in my life. And I think part of that is the joy that you find with the children at your work and the people that you work with and the little things that have come up around that. And so I never would see you as a person who cared what other people think about what you do anyway, but you are coming into your own with regard to a lot of things in your life. And you're able to look at yourself in the mirror and know you don't need this anymore for anything. You, however, are interdependent upon a few things, as we all are. The bee is gathering the honey from the flowers, and he's doing his part, or she's doing her part, probably. She's doing her part while all the other bees are doing the same with other flowers. And it's saying here, you have found your flower and you are able to make honey from what you do. And the interdependence that you have between your, let's say, your job and the people you work with, it's more of joy than drudgery. That's what I'm feeling. I think you kind of like the structure, although you don't like structure in general. I know I don't, but you are a warrior, and they're saying, there's no two ways about it. You can do that, or you don't have to do that, as far as structure goes. Finally, it says, this is an interesting card. This is my portal cards. It says the underworld, but to me, this represents emotions and feelings of self-worth and feelings of love and connection with you, rooted deeply within yourself. And it even could say you've been to the underworld and now you're back up here, walking through different portals in order to get where you need to go. And I just think I think you needed to wait and to find this particular work. When you did, it was time for you. And it, to me, it was worth the wait. That's kind of what I'm getting from it. So yeah, I hope that helps. Yeah. Anyway, you are an extraordinary lady. That's for sure. And I've met Amanda, and I love Amanda. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Artist Liz, a message from Mom, Margaret. All right. I know I have those cards here. All right. So who's on my list next is Jazz Marby LP. If there's anybody else that wants a reading, we're almost at the top of the hour, but I could probably do one or two more. All right. Was your mother very shy, Liz? In other words, she might not have wanted the spotlight to be on her. Okay, Jazz. Jazz, did you put a question in, honey? Because I didn't see it if you did, so put it in again, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah. It might be somebody else coming in with your mother. All right. The first card I get is the Spirit Throne, and I love the Spirit Throne. It's like I sit and talk to you all the time. You may not see my body, but there it is right there. Etherically, I'm there. I'm there to be with you and sit with you. This is an important component that sometimes people just need to hold space for us, to sit with us when we're going through a very difficult time. And I think she wanted you to know that she was definitely, she says you had to have felt me being with you at the hospital. So I think that that's what she's speaking of specifically, but I'm there all the time. And she says, since I've been up here, I've become more of an explorer up here in the different realms. And I also spend a lot of time with those that I loved on the earth as well. So that's a lovely. This is where I got the limelight card. Okay, Bad Hair Day, I'll put you on the list. It might be just a couple more to go through, okay? Thank you. Thanks, Jess. Yes, please do. So you feel her every day. You felt her hold your hand. Oh, good, honey. I imagine. Was she very shy? She wasn't very shy. Okay. So she says she likes being in the limelight. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if it was her or it was somebody else coming through saying, "What about me?" But no, it's her. She was not shy. She says, "I don't have to be shy. I love it." She says, "I knew you were coming here today and you'd hear from me." And she says she wants you to recognize, okay, Jazz, I got you this time. Thank you, my dear. She says, you're being very clear headed and you need to remain being clear headed because when we get our feelings or our concerns or our worries, how do I want to say it, hyped up or that take control of our emotions, we can't move forward real well. And so be as clear-headed as possible. That's our advice to you. Be as clear-headed as possible. And if there's something that you don't like that somebody has told you in the medical field, get a second opinion. Get somebody else to look at it. You are the customer. So she's got beautiful energy. Yeah. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, my dear Margaret. And thank you, Liz. Yeah. It was there. I don't know. I think I've lost my mind. All right. So now I've got Jazz, Marby, LP, and Bad Hair Day. And we all have them, don't we? Yes. All right. Good. Good. Thanks, Liz. Oh, old Silver. You don't play music because your PTSD triggers you with a lot of songs. Oh, that makes sense. I know if I hear some, but that's the way I release. If a song, but everybody's different. Everybody's different. All right. Messages from the universe. Mm-hmm. All right. So, Jazz, you got the white buffalo. And there aren't very many white buffaloes. There was a white buffalo calf woman who was a Native American who was a shaman. There's a prophecy about white buffalo, and there's just a beauty in white buffalo. And it says to be that you are fearless, or that you can bring in that part of you and be fearless whenever is necessary. Call in the white buffalo if you're feeling as though something is off-putting or that you're needing some support, because they bring in the fearlessness. And so there's that. The second one is that your guides, your universe, everything around you is saying you are so loved. You are so, so loved. It says great big love. Love that you emanates up, out, and actually has wings on it. Never, anybody here, never underestimate the power of your light. That is why we're here. That's why we're here together. And that's why we're holding the light for other people that they have no idea they're in the darkness. Or some of them are very, very understanding that they're in the darkness, but they don't know how to get out of the darkness. So, oh, thank you, Liz. That's so kind of you. Thank you, honey. The next card I get is the power of purpose. There is a purpose for all of us. We contracted that purpose when we came in. However, many of us feel that our purpose is not being expressed as much as it should be, and that there should be some special, whatever it is. Being on this planet at this time is special, is purposeful, is important. You carry the DNA, the elevation, the light to lighten others that are in your path. There is no small job on this earth right now. The fact that you're here and in this community as well, in, not just my show, but others, is a huge, huge thing. And for even myself, I remember thinking, what is it? What is it? I'm not doing what I need to do. I'm not feeling as though I'm living in my purpose. There must be something more. And, learning more, understanding more, teaching more. But that doesn't, we aren't all shamans, and we aren't all mediums or psychics or whatever, but we're all just as important. There is no hierarchy in this universe. That is a man-made construct. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. You needed it this time? Well, I'm wrapping you up in the white buffalo. I'll say one that passed after many, many years of living, and you got the blanket from it. Think of it that way. Because I don't believe in slaughtering animals, and you don't either. But when they pass, you can revere those animals by choosing them. Yeah. Thanks, LP. Yes, we all should be equal in value. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. All right. Yes, Marby, I get you with the romance songs. I had romance songs played at 4 of my weddings, really, but 3 of them. And every time I hear those songs, I get emotional, but I kind of get like, been there, done that. Even got the t-shirt. All right, Barbie, what do we got for you today? Everybody, I am so happy that you're here with me. I'm going to go over a little bit because it's almost at the top of the hour. I don't mind doing that. I will be reading 2 more after this, and I'll do a collective. I like doing collective. So if you want to hang out for the collective card, we're going through some troubling energies and bad hair day. Well, thank you. Thank you, my dear Carolyn Cooper. Oh, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Oh, you guys, thank you for your donations. That's very, very nice of you. Thank you. All right. Marby. Yes, we do strengthen each other, Linda Bishop. Hi, Dawn Marie. It's good to see you. Hello, darkness, my old friend. That was a high school song for me. All right. Marby. You, my dear, are awakening genius. Look at this. Woo! As she's a lot older than you are, so don't get worried. But as you have aged, you have become more and more aligned with your purpose, and your genius has been awakened. It could be the genius that you understand your own life, or you understand the world a little better, of course, or maybe you don't understand the world as we see it, but your genius has awakened. Oh, Red Dragon. Thank you so much, everybody. You're all so kind. Marby, power of purpose. The power of purpose. You've got it too. Just like we read before. You've got your purpose. It may not seem like it's, the one you might have wanted, or it's not as elevating as you would like it to be, but it matters. It matters. Think of it as we're all drops of water in the ocean. Well, somebody gets to be on the big wave, Some of us are just going to stay in that ocean. We're not going to be on the shore. We're going to just be riding the wave, but we may not reach the shore. But it doesn't matter, because no one's better than anyone. And they're saying, stop resisting. Whatever is coming for you will come, no matter if you resist it or not. So jump the fence. Of course, I don't really want you to be bareback on a horse jumping a fence, but that's what the horse is representing. Freedom, and being able to get over the limitations or the blockages that are in your way. You've got the power to do that. They're wanting you to remember that. We all do. We all have that power. Yeah, we definitely do. Wow, you guys are amazing. Do fish drink water? I have to tell you that one of the old jokes for my best friend and I was, don't drink the water because fish copulate in it. Anyway, yeah. Oh, thank you, Teri Mullen. Yeah, thank you, thank you. All right. So, LP, you've got a number of comments, and so I'm going to read them out. You haven't been able to cry in a while. Okay, we'll get to that. A soulmate reading. So you want to know how to release crying and repressed emotions. All right. And we'll do the soulmate thing. All right. So LP, I find that I end up crying over things and when I start crying, I can't stop because then I'm crying for more than one thing, if that makes any sense. So I'm feeling that that's where you are. You feel very repressed, as you said. Maybe it depends on how you feel about this, but maybe you don't want to cry because you don't think you'll stop. And a lot of us feel that way. Every single day, if I wasn't watching myself, I'd be crying at the news. I'd be crying at the way that people are being treated in this world and being allowed to treat others. I know that at some point I will cry for the world. Yeah. It says, don't be worried about it. You're worried about not being able to cry. And if you really want to cry, I'll give you a movie you can watch and you'll cry. It's called Hachi. Hachi. Hatji. If you don't cry in that movie, watching that movie, then I can't watch it anymore. It's very sad. It's with Richard Gere and his dog. It's one of those animal. Anybody that's seen it can tell you. Even thinking about the movie makes me cry. So let's go on to the soulmate reading. All right. Sometimes we think, if we ask for something that that we wish we hadn't. All right. So what I got for you is, first, the hunter. Use force and patience to achieve your goals and venture out and destroy that which would stand in your way. This huntress has an arrow, so it reminds me of the Cupid. And sometimes you have to shoot off arrows in a lot of different directions in order to find the target. Think about it that way. The second one is you don't want somebody who is wearing a mask and then later reveals to be somebody totally different from what you expected. So it's saying what's been hidden will be brought to light, because if the mask is on and it's taken off, there's no doubt it will eventually be brought to light. But I think it's just important for you to realize that you want to be careful you don't expose the true nature of anybody that's playing you, because there are players out there. And I know everybody knows that. They're saying, are you at all interested in art? Because I'm feeling as though perhaps if there was some sort of artistic thing that you might be engaged in. For instance, you learn how to do pottery, you learn how to paint watercolors, or maybe you already do that, but this person could be connected. You could find this person perhaps connected in something artistic. It even could be going to a museum. You'll see this person there. So I don't know if any of that resonates, but just remember, and also remember to be careful. A lot of people like to hide their past. They don't want to be judged immediately, but at the same time, some of those things can be dangerous if they do that. Yeah. So you never thought of the fish? Yeah. The water filters through the gills. There you go. You dry heave when you reach that closeness to it. Oh, that's why. You dry heave. You get too much into it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it will heal on its own time. I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah. But we all need to be able to release. Yes, absolutely, Amanda. I just was trying to be nice. Yes, W.C. Fields said that. Don't drink the water, my boy. Oh, God. That's funny. Oh, Marby, thank you. My goodness, you guys, you're being so kind. Thank you. You used to be empathetically psychic gifted, but that satellite was turned off in 2023. Were you fearful of it? Is that why? Is that why? If you want it turned off, that's fine. That's your choice. But yeah, some people turn it up. They're afraid of it. Yeah. Yeah. Bad Hair Day. Crying for you is letting old stories that need to go to let in new ones. That's beautiful. Yeah. A Simon and Garfunkel. Yes, it is a true story, Liz. Hachi is a true story. Yes. You only watched it once. Yeah. Yeah. It is a true story. Yeah. But I don't know about you, Linda, but I watched it once. I actually had recommended it to somebody before I told them it was a sad story. And they were mad at me because they don't like stories that are about animals that make them sad. So, oh, really, Play? Yeah, it's a great one. Yeah, that movie will make anyone cry. Hi, Celtic Seer. Hachi was very good. Hi, Wish Light Keeper. Sad movie, and yeah, you're a Sagittarius. Oh, no wonder why that Archer. Okay, makes sense. Arrows out everywhere. My daughter's one. Yes, and I think Amanda Carroll is too. Yeah. All right. Just remember, you only want to watch it once, Amanda. Yeah. Oh, Nights in White Satin. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. I just saw a picture of Jim Croce getting in his plane that crashed. Yeah, back in 73. Yeah. Oh, Lassie, an Old Yeller. Anything with animals for me? Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, Steel Magnolias. That was a good one, too. Liz had mentioned you want to start a channel for your readings and art, trying to work through the shyness. You'll get there if that's what you want to do. Val Klingenbeck is an absolute introvert. Susan Lynn is an introvert. There's so many people that, yeah. Bad Hair Day. Do you have any particular, anything in particular you would like to know, or just in general? And then we will do the collective. I promise everybody. All right. So let's see. I know, Liz. I'm not worried. Whether you do or not doesn't matter. So if you do, then it's like icing on the birthday cake, right? Mm-hmm. So, Bad Hair Day. I'm going to just pull a few cards. And then if you have something specific, I'll go back. Ooh, all right. I haven't used these cards in so long. I found them and I thought, ooh, we're going to pull them out for today. Me too. I feel the same way, Amanda. I would love to see her art. Yes. Okay. So for you, Bad Hair Day, I get smoke and mirrors. And so this just tells me that things are not always as they seem. Sometimes mirrors are up and smoke going around. And when smoke and mirrors come in, you don't know if what you're looking for is real or an illusion. And they're saying you're working your way through it. It's not a negative thing. We're all living in smoke and mirrors time, but maybe in your case, it's a little bit more and you're working through it. But they said a burst of magic is available to you. And look, this one comes up again, and we were talking about this earlier, where somebody had a person come, and Carolyn Cooper, to tell them that they were an old soul. They appeared out of the lotus. This can also mean you are coming up out of the lotus. The lotus is the most beautiful flower that grows in mud. And so even the dark parts of ourselves, or things that we believe about ourselves, can be turned into something very beautiful. And that you are doing that right now. You've taken this and you've moved it into this. And so look at the bear. The bear is saying, I'm hungry. I've just emerged from my slumber and I got my honey and I'm walking through the forest. So there is an emergence coming out of you that is bringing you where you wish to go. And I just love this. You know, the bear is the skinniest after the winter hibernation. And you are emerging out of whatever perceived limitation or understanding that you have in order to learn and grow. So fabulous. You're on 8 lotus seeds. Ooh, that's really cool. A direction to head into. You do animal healing. Oh my goodness. Really? Email me, would you? I got a little girl that has cancer. And heartandsoulconnected@gmail.com. Please. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. You have broken open. Yeah, that's what they're saying. You are already broken open. And look, you're holding the light. So if you're an animal healer, that makes perfect sense. Wow. All right. Let's do a collective read before we head off to our day. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's really cool, Kim. Yeah. Oh, everybody. I've never gotten this card. Remember, it's gravity that holds us to the earth. We could not exist on the planet if not for gravity. And there's a tree at the very top of the earth, and there's a doorway with a heart on it. And I think, and look at all the lights that are around the earth. We are part of the string of lights that hold each other together. The gravity holds us down, but eventually we will make our way to the higher realms. But right now we need to hold the light for everyone, especially in these really hard times. We are working also in becoming more telepathic with our animals, with each other. On the dream show on Tuesday nights, many people have crossover dreams, or we get telepathically intuitive messages. We have also been seeing precognition coming in. And so it is elevating itself. And part of 5D is this anyway. So we're all going to be elevating in that regard if we work on it. And finally, I get, there's all kinds of freedom. And right now, many of us don't feel too free in some cases. It's like we're sitting on the carnival ride and we're going in a circle. And maybe we pick the horse that doesn't go up and down, or maybe we pick the one that goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up, and it's making us sick to our stomachs. I don't know. But remember, we can be riding the horse that flies instead, keeping ourselves at our higher vibration, understanding that we are here for purpose and that we can take a ride, not as, when I say above others, I don't mean better than others. What I mean is we can oversee what's going on, and we can beam down the light that surrounds us in that very essence of time. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Bad Hair Day. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Many blessings. If you are interested, I'll be back on at 3 o'clock my time, a couple hours from now, a little less. But If you can't, get out there in the sunshine and have a good day. Love you guys. All right. Bye. And thank you again for the donations. That's so nice. Thank you.